I want to talk about innovative service. Innovative service, because I think it's a special opportunity and a special challenge for employees and for leaders. You know, it wasn't that long ago that a large brokerage firm decided to have fun with their phone system. You know, the one where you punch 2 if you want this, punch 3 if you want this. They decided to add punch 8 if you want to hear a duck quack. Over 1 million people called to hear the dang duck. In fact, it was overwhelming their system. They had to finally take it out. Now, there's an important point there, and that is I think customers today are bored. The good news is it doesn't take a lot to entertain a lot of them. So what's the reason why we need to focus on innovative service? I think part of it has to do with the economy. You know, we used to say we want to add value-added service. Value-added, value-added. Take what the customer expects, add more. Well, that's gotten right pricey because it winds up being kind of a dead-end street. You know, that hotel that used to say, you know, you're such a good guest, we'd like to upgrade you to the concierge level. That hotel's got to sell that room now. You know, you're such a good customer of this airline, we're going to upgrade you to first class. I got to sell that seat in first class now. But I think there is another opportunity other than focusing on value added, and I call it value unique. Taking what the customers expect and going somewhere they never expected, taking their breath away. It's trying to make your customer not say wow, but say, whoa, I didn't expect that. And that is an unlimited opportunity to find simple, unique ways to take their breath away. Let me give you an example. How many of you, show of hands, had your insurance agent send you a birthday card on your birthday? How many of you had that happen? All right, quite a few of you. How many of them called you on your birthday? Didn't get any hands on that. Let me tell you what my insurance agent did. He had his little girl call me and sing happy birthday. It was one of the most creative uses of child labor I think I've ever seen. That's what I'm talking about. That's kind of unexpected, unique opportunity that speaks, I think, to how you differentiate and create customer loyalty, customer devotion, and customer delight. And it starts by looking at what do your customers want? What do they expect today? And I think 5 things are what's common in the research. One is understand me, know me, and recognize I'm changing all the time. Include me, make me feel like a partner. Teach me, help me keep up, help me grow. Protect me from anxiety and uncertainty, and surprise me in those little special ways. So I want to take each of these components and look at how you create innovative service through that particular dimension. And let's start with understand me. Understand me. I think this is your biggest competitor. How many of you, show of hands, have ever tried the Coke Freestyle? It's several of you. It's one of the hottest things Coke's ever come out with. It is a unique vending machine coming to a shopping center or theater near you. Here's how it works. You walk up to the vending machine, you select whatever Coke product you want. You want a Coke a Fanta, Coke Zero, maybe Minute Maid lemonade. And then you get to add whatever flavor you'd like to add. So you'd like maybe a little grape in your Fanta, or maybe you'd like to put a little coconut in your Minute Maid lemonade, kind of like a pina colada. There are over 100 combinations. But here's the part that relates to each of us. Every day, this vending machine offloads all the choices made that day on that machine, enabling Coke to create a product unique to a zip code. Don't knock it, folks, if you hadn't tried it. Now, what I'm saying is that we need to understand the customer. That means we need a culture that's all about dramatic listening. Dramatic listening doesn't mean ordinary listening. Dramatic listening means listening to your customer in a way that makes your customer experience, not that they're heard, that's important, not that they're understood, but are they valued? Are they treated in ways important? I like to think about it like this. If you got arrested and you were on trial for being a poor listener, would your customers have the evidence that would get you released or acquitted? Now, when we ask it like that, it shifts from what we do to what they experience. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of listening and understanding critical today to stay up with the customer's changing expectations. Expectations today are 30% higher than they were this time last year, according to research. That's what it takes. And it takes creative, innovative ways to do it. Let me give you an example. Good friend of mine, John Longstreet, is currently the CEO of Quaker Steak and Lube restaurant chain. But he used to be the general manager of a large hotel in Plano, right near here. Every quarter, he would hold focus groups with the cab drivers that frequented that property. Because he knew that when guests checked out of his hotel and they stopped by the front desk to check out, the person would say, "How was your stay?" And we would provide the proverbial fine. But then we get in the taxi, go to the airport, we get a little bit more honest. So why not tap the knowledge of the taxi drivers that took the guests to the airport? The mayor of the city of Santa Clarita, north of LA, knows that there is one person that knows what citizens want and what they fuss about and argue about their city. So she holds the annual hairdresser's banquet to pick the mind of the people who really know what's going on in the city. That's what I'm talking about, looking for those unique and creative ways to understand the customer. But I want to move to our second component, and that is include me. Help me feel like a partner. Involve me. Help me put skin in the game. What do all these have in common? All these brands have one thing in common. They're all about partnership. They're all about inclusion. Let me give you an example of the power of including the customer. Some time ago, my wife and I were in San Antonio. She was there for a family law clinic. She's a family law attorney. I was there to drink whiskey and eat barbecue. And we stayed at a courtyard. The second day we were there, she was off at her meeting. I came down to the front desk for something, and I saw the most amazing thing. I watched the general manager put a flip chart in the lobby that had the following handwritten sign on it. Said, "Dear guest, the aunt of one of our housekeepers has passed away, and today is the funeral." This was an important person in this housekeeper's life. We thought it important that we all attend the funeral. Consequently, between the hours of 1 and 2:30, there will be only one employee on the property. We ask your patience in serving yourself. Thank you, the management. What I saw after that was truly incredible. I watched guest serve guest. I saw a guest in the coffee shop serving another guest coffee. I saw one guest say, "Why don't I be the greeter like Walmart when people come in?" People were having a blast. Even the next day as we're checking out, people still talking about how fun it was when we ran the hotel. Sometimes the most wonderful words your customers can hear you say are the words, "I need your help." People will care if they share. Look for ways to include customers. Sure, there are times in which it's inappropriate. Courtyard didn't put a guest behind the cash register. And clearly there are times customers don't want to be included. I mean, you go in for open heart surgery, probably inclusion's not on your list. But if we make it easy for that customer to be included, we build that sense of devotion, looking for innovative ways to think about creating that partnership. But I want to move to our next component. Teach me. Again, customers value organizations that help them keep up. In fact, recent research shows that simply proactively providing customers new and different information that they value increases the likelihood of them doing business with you 32%, just that fact alone. Looking for ways to look at service through the lens of learning. Let me give you an example. One of our clients is Monsanto. As some of you know, Monsanto caters to the agricultural world, farmers. They create seeds and fertilizers and things that help crops grow. And their farmers kept saying, their customers say, "Help us keep up, help us stay on the cutting edge." So they brought us in to say, "Help us look at this through the lens of learning." And one of the things we came up with this thing you see on the screen. Over the urinals in the customer care center and over in the back door of the ladies' restroom was the Stall Street Journal. Don't y'all think that's pretty cute? It was changed every day, but it would provide useful information. You know, here's a little information about a product. Here's the thought for the day. Here's how the Cardinals did yesterday. Here's a cartoon. Every day it was changed. It telegraphed a very important message. Your learning is important to us. They also took a real close look at their call center, which was also housed in this customer care center in St. Louis. And one of the things they found is that when a call center operator talked to a customer, they ended the conversation with something that sounded like this. Is there anything else I can help you with? Now, y'all, what did you learn in Communication 101 about a closed question? It sends a real clear message. This conversation's over. You're messing up my handle time. We said, why don't we change it? Why don't we ask an open question and a growth-oriented question? What could we help you learn more about today? Magic happened as a result of that one change. First of all, their first call resolution numbers went through the ceiling. Customer sat went through the ceiling, and customer-centered reps were upselling a lot more product than they ever had before, simply by creatively innovative looking through the lens of learning. Again, we need to be a mentor to our customers and mentor in innovative ways.